This is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at the Black Powder expansion for the Great Wall. This is a pretty large expansion here, and it comes with a lot of different components. In this expansion overall, you're going to be gaining new weapons to fight against the Horde, but also they have new weapons to fight against you. You're going to have a lot of cool components that come with this. You're going to get these towers, and there's 4 of them, and the towers are going to go out by the wall sections here. So basically you're going to go on the outer edge of the wall sections and in between the wall sections. So you'll have a wall section here, you'll have a wall section here, and you'll have a wall section here. And you'll notice a symbol on there means that the spearmen are what's going to be deployed on there, and there's some special rules we'll go over a little bit for these cool new towers that you're going to have. So, well, I did say in between, but they actually go a little bit in front of the wall towers. Actually, I show you a little picture here. That's what they look like when they come out. So you get 4 of those, and you'll have to assemble them. And you're also going to get 15 special soldiers, which are going to be in here, and cards for each of these special soldiers. You're also going to get new siege weapons, for some for you and some for the Horde to come knock down your wall. You're going to get 6 Snake Clan tokens. You're going to get some new artifact cards that you can use in the game here to give yourself different bonus points at the end of the game to work towards. And there's a nice little stack in here. The main game itself didn't come with a whole lot of these, so it's really nice that these expansions add more, because that adds more variety towards the end game scoring, which I really do appreciate. You're also going to get some, these are the War Machine shot cards. You're going to get some cards for the different war machines here. You're going to get new Horde cards, which we'll go over in a little bit. You're going to get new Advisor cards here, which is a nice big stack here, and you'll just mix this in with your base game cards. So there's a good little stack of these guys, and they are pretty darn cool. And of course you have this little symbol down here that'll show you it's from that set, so you can take them out if you need to, if you're not going to be using some of the things that these actually talk about. So those are the new advisors. You also get a little stack of 4 new leaders that you can pick from in the game, so that adds more variety just right there. Those are pretty cool. And that's overall the components that you get with this expansion. How does this expansion change the game itself? Okay, so what all does this do for the game? Well, the big thing we want to look at first is going to be these towers. These towers here are really cool, and like I said, they go in between, in front of each of the wall sections. So every wall section is going to have one onto its left and one onto its right when you set up the game there. Now, these ones here are going to help you meet the oncoming hordes on here, and there's some rule changes for these ones, or new rules for these, I might say. Each of these can hold up to 1 spearman. You can see from the symbol up above here. So each of them can house a spearman, but how do you get those on? Well, you could do that in 2 situations. When a player builds a wall level, they may add 1 spearman to the tower next to the wall section. So you can pick one on the left or right towers and put a spearman on it. When a Horde card is defeated, the player who claimed the card may place 1 spearman on the tower next to the section where the Horde card was defeated. Now, if there's already a spearman there, you actually just return that spearman to that player's pool, and you'll put yours there instead. All right, so that's how you get those spearmen on there. These actually will change breach effects too in the game. So actually what that does is, in the winter at the end of the assault phase, a player with a spear in a tower will gain 2 honor for each unbreached wall section next to that tower. But if the wall is breached, you will also get a dishonor token. So you will get a dishonor token. You won't get the honor, but you'll get a dishonor token, which is bad. When the wall section is breached, all spearmen occupying the tower next to the wall section are immediately removed. They are not killed, so you cannot save them with chi. They are just placed back into your supply. And that's how the towers work. They're pretty simple in how they function in the game, but they're a good way of you potentially eking out a little bit more honor during the game. But again, you do have that risk of getting some dishonor from having a wall breach. So you want to make sure that you keep the hordes under check with those. Now you're going to have some war machines in this game, and there's 3 war machines that you can have. You can have this rocket launcher here. You can have these cannons. You can have ballistas. So here's the ballistas that you can have in the game there. So that's, and the miniatures themselves are really, really detailed and really nice. Here's the cannon. And here's the ballista. Really cool looking. So those are the 3 war machines you can have in the game. Players can use these war machines to inflict severe damage on incoming hordes. War machines occupy wall sections. Each wall section can handle 2. So these can have up to 2 on each wall section. So players shoot with the war machine when one of the following 2 situations occur. When a player builds a war machine, they can shoot with it immediately. When a player places a spearman in a tower, they may shoot one more war machine occupying a wall section next to that tower. So that's another advantage to having your spearman on there. You can decide what card you're going to inflict damage on. There are 3 types of war machines. Like I said, there's going to be the rocket launcher, cannon, and ballista here. The ballista itself is going to cost 4 wood to make, so that's your cost on the top here. Its shoot's cost is none, so the ballista is not going to cost you anything to shoot. And it's going to deal 2 wounds, as indicated on the cannon shot card. So you're going to get technically it's the ballista shot card, not the cannon shot card. So there's the 2 wounds it shows. Now the cannon itself is a little different. It's going to cost 2 stone and 2 wood to build this bugger here. And its shot cost is 2 stone. However, when it hits, it's going to do 4 damage, which is really, really cool. And you get 1 honor also every time you fire this thing. So that's really cool. You have the rocket launcher, which is the last one here. This one's the most expensive. It's going to cost 4 gold. And the shoot cost is any 1 resource. You're going to gain 2 honor every time you shoot it. And any horde card in the rocket launcher's wall section, you're going to draw 1 card from the rocket launcher deck and deal all wounds on that card. And there's a big sort of deck here. So the rocket launcher is going to do like a scatter sort of shot here. And this is how the wounds are going to be inflicted with the rocket launcher. All right, any wounds dealt by a war machine that would cover a vital spot already containing a wound or non-existing spot of the affected horde is wasted. So you don't have to worry about the patterns not matching, you just don't affect it. Any soldier occupying a vital spot covered with a wound inflicted by a war machine is killed. So you can actually kill your opponent's soldiers with these things. Any soldier occupying, so if the soldier belonging to another player, the shooting player gets a dishonor, even if the soldier was saved. So if a soldier is killed, again, you can save a soldier with 2 chi. The war machines may be built in the builder's encampment, which is pretty obvious for this. And any player who builds a war machine immediately gains 4 honor. There's 2 more things to talk about this expansion. One of them is going to be the new soldiers here, and the other one's going to be these new horde cards that are going to come out and bring out these new siege equipment to destroy your wall and make your day horrible. So you're going to have several different cards here for each of these soldiers, and they're going to have a cost and an effect on them. Like if we look at the Monkey Clan Warrior here, its cost is going to be 2 wood and 1 chi. And its ability here, which is your units you're going to place out on the wall here, is a monkey can attack any in any row. So it could jump between any row, which is pretty cool. All right, then we have the Panda here, which is going to cost 1 wood, 1 gold, and 1 chi. When attacking, bombers are placed in firing spot. They deal 1 wound to a fighting location in that wall section. When they can attack a fighting location in the first row, follow the rules for placing a soldier. If they stay in their firing spot, they can also attack during the winter firing phase and can be placed on one of the spots in the row after attacking, which is pretty cool. This is the turtle tank. This one here is going to be 2 wood, 2 stone, and 2 gold. Tanks can occupy up to 4 vital spots. Tanks can only attack card spots in the first row. Tanks can be placed in vital spots covered with wounds. Tanks must cover at least 1 vital spot and cannot exceed the border of the card. And tanks are immune to cannons. All right, here, Snake Clan Crossbowmen. That's going to be 2 gold and 2 chi. When attacking, crossbowmen follow the archer rules. Instead of placing wounds, place these fire counter here. So these are the like little fiery counters that you get 6 of them for it. And they count like wounds. Like the Snake Clans, during the Horde's defeat check step, when a wall section is, they count as basically soldiers when the Horde card is defeated. And when a wall section is breached, place those these little tokens placed on the card prevent from getting dishonor and are not discarded. So that's pretty cool. Crossbowmen may also attack during winter firing phase. Other archers rules do not apply to crossbowmen. All right. And then finally we have the Dragon Clan Flamethrower people. So these are all really cool units you can have. This one's 3 wood and 1 chi. Flamethrowers can attack a card in the first row. Each time a flamethrower attacks, wound each adjacent vital spot. So they sort of like do a little area attack thing. Okay, so then what we have left is going to be the Horde cards. Now the Horde cards are going to be able to use these ladders against you. They're going to be able to use these rams against you. And they're going to be able to use these trebuchets against you. So I'm pulling these out here. So here's the trebuchet. So you're going to place this on the card when this card comes out. I have a little section here to do it. When this card can only be placed in the 3rd row and can never move closer to the wall. After assault, destroy one level in this wall. So that's really, really dangerous. Then we also have the battering ram. After the assault phase, swap this card with the card in from the row closer to the walls in the same section. If this card is in the 1st row, after the assault phase, destroy 1 level of the wall section. All right, so then we also have ladders. This card is in the when this card is in the 1st row of the assault phase, the wall section is automatically breached. Additionally, kill any soldiers and discard any cannons in the rest zone of this wall section. So this is really dangerous. So all 3 of these cards are really dangerous. And you have some other cards here that are just plain. But that is what the Horde's going to get to destroy you. And these miniatures are really detailed and cool too. This one especially has a nice little battering ram. Here's your trebuchet here. And here's your ladder. And here's the different soldiers that you can get in the game here. And this is basically what this expansion is going to add to the game of the Great Wall. Now, this is actually my favorite expansion out of all of them. This one here makes the battles more epic, I believe, when you're playing the game. But also on the same token, I don't think that this expansion is for new players. This expansion does add a bit of extra stuff in the game. And this would probably be best if you've played the game before you throw this in. But it's also extremely interesting to have the Horde actually have weapons and actually destroy wall sections. Because if you think about it, if they destroy a wall section, that's bad. You don't necessarily want to have that happen. However, maybe you do. Because that gives you the opportunity to rebuild that wall section and gain even more points. Also notice that other than the dishonor or shame tokens running out, this can extend the game because of wall sections being destroyed. You won't maybe build up all 3 wall sections before the timer runs out. So you might be playing the full length of the game, which is perfectly fine, because you have that and the tokens as other alternate ways that the game will end. So overall, component quality for this expansion is amazing, just like any other. I still like the look of these, but I don't like them. I'm probably going to 3D print these because you have to disassemble them each time to fit them back in the box, which is a pain. And I know if I 3D print them, I won't be able to fit them in the box, but also the fact that this is cardboard. So when you fit this in and out, it wears pretty quickly. And they're just not the greatest thing to leave assembled anywhere because, again, cardboard and moisture don't get along. So it's best to store it in the box. And if I'm going to have a different container for these things to store them in, I'm just going to print a plastic version of them. But overall, though, the art on these is really cool, and these are really cool. So it's just a minor quibble for this super amazing expansion. So yeah, so basically my thoughts are, if you love the Great Wall and you've played it a couple times and you feel that you're going to be playing it a lot in the future and you just want a little bit more in the game and a little bit more epicness for the Great Wall, although it's already an epic game, this would be a great expansion to pick up for that. So that's my thoughts on the Black Powder expansion for the Great Wall. Thank you for watching.